Hello guys, welcome to Score Gaming. In this video, before starting with this video, I'd like to tell you that this series, aka Be Ever series, don't have anything to do with the gaming part of the channel. Well, as I'm making gaming videos too, this is why I have gaming on the name of the channel. But yeah, I've deleted all of my videos. I'd rather explain you what this series will be, and in not as fast as possible way. I'd like to tell you that in a pretty long way actually. So let's get started. Uh, first things first. I don't know where to start to this series actually, but in this video I'll be talking about the things that this series will contain, and if you're interested or not. Well, usually people aren't interested, so I won't be very specific, because like I'll be, but not right now, because people get very uh disappointed when I be specific about the purpose of the video or things like that, because they want us to be specific. No, I mean, like, they want us to be both specific and both disappointed. Like, who's they? First, start like that. Well, there is a subject in English grammar, but in this situation, it is something different, right? So, in this situation, uh, they means the ones that manage us. Well, you'll say,
What the heck is this? Who's managing me? I am managing myself. Don't tell me you believe to that religion shit.
no, no, no. Sorry, we'll have to go through a long way to change your talks about that, because this is the talks that they all want you to think. Yeah, again, I say they. Well, let me give you an example, and let me tell you that you are actually being managed, even though you do the things that you want. The things that you want are being changed. How about that? Right? For example, you of course didn't invent phones, or did you? Well, you didn't invent Facebook then, okay? But you use Facebook. Why do you use Facebook? Because it is good. No, it isn't good actually. Well, we'll go explaining in another video, but anyway, so it isn't very good actually. But why do you then use it? Because everyone uses it. Yeah? So you use it to communicate your friends. But let's think like that. Somebody has invented Facebook. Okay, maybe it's a good talk or it's not, whatever. But nobody but you use it. It will be so boring, because you'll share something and no one's gonna see it. So, well, you use it because your friends usually want to use it, and also usually want you to use it, because uh, this stands on different things that I have that I will have to explain you in another video, because I don't want to bore you in the things that you are not yet into. Your friends might be one of the ways to manage you. This is this is pretty much connectivity. So the point is that uh, somebody wanted you to install Facebook. You finally got smartphone, right? You will think Facebook is something usually good and has some good benefits to you. You will slightly think like that, because it does only one good thing for you. It communicates with your friends, but you won't ever think what kind of bad things it does to you. Or you wouldn't even think about what kind of actual bad things it does to your friendship. All of your friendships, every communication that you make with them. You will think that. If you think that, you will understand that it does, well, both good things and bad things. But why why is it making bad things? What is the purpose of that? Like, what do they want? So they make bad things to our friendship. Well, this stands on a lot of other things, reasons, but I won't be going too deep in them. Rather, I'll like to tell you something else. Back to the topic. Uh, in this Be Aware series, we'll be discussing about capitalism. Okay, so I can feel you all are kind of scared because you don't know what does word actually means, but you like maybe you do, but a little bit of that, and maybe things like that don't bother you. Maybe the things like that aren't in your interests. Well, because you never know what things like that was. Right. So it is something like that. If you never know what a police or cop do, you'll think he's a thief because he has gun, right? This is simple, simple as that. Believe me. So remove the word capitalism from your mind, okay, and rewrite it, okay, because capitalism isn't that simple actually. But to simplify it, what is capitalism actually? Capitalism is the current biggest system of the world ever. Well, the second only existing system is communism, and no other systems exist in one of the big countries, actually non-countries, unlike Cook Islands. Well, anyway, so communism is only in one country, Cuba. Complete communism. I mean, that. But, well, some other countries have both communism and capitalism. Mainly capitalism, but in some parts of that they use communism. So, maybe that's the best to do actually, to both fit to the other countries and give your people some good things too. But before getting into that, you will say, what the heck is capitalism and what the heck is communism? Well, you both know about them, but you actually don't. The knowledge of yours are wrong. Yes, wrong actually. Usually wrong, right? Maybe it's not, but we'll get into that. But you think communism is something bad. It's actually not. Well, I don't say I'm a communist. I actually am not. And I don't say communism is the best, but it's not a bad thing. Compared to capitalism, you'll believe that it is a very good thing. But right now, not right now. It is too early to think about communism. Yeah. So before that, we'll get into capitalism. Simplified capitalism. What is this? Capitalism is actually the economy system of world. What is economy? No, unlike not dollars and like other euros or sterling or things like that. They not their vulnerable ratio. It is not only economy. What is economy is that? Economy is actually our biggest ever manager. Yeah, it is. For example, if you are somewhat age of mine, you definitely go to school. Maybe you don't, but you go to school. Let's assume that, if even though you don't. Why do you even go to school? Do you think you go to school because you like they'll like you to educate you? Why would they even like to educate you? This stands on two reasons. One is so complex, so we'll get into that in another video, because you won't believe me when I say that, and you will suddenly close the video when I say that. So the first one is more obvious. You go to school because, well, when you go to school and get educated or educated, whatever, so you'll get knowledge. What the fuck will this knowledge do to you? Sorry, had to say it. So, this knowledge well, it's something that you will never use, but accept something. Without this knowledge, you will have to work on bad things, such as like you will have to get worse money. Ah, okay. You know what? I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna be exact in this. I'm sorry, but you'll be poor if you don't go to school. This is something bad, right? So, this is how they actually manage you. It's something like this. About religions, well, you might be very sensitive about religions, but still, I'm sorry to say that. I have to say that because this is the truth, even though you don't believe that. So, our religion tells you that, well, I don't force you to do anything, but if you don't do the things that I want from you, you'll go to hell. It is something like this. So, well, I don't force you to be like educated or force you to go to school. Let's talk about water. Well, science said that science doesn't force us to actually drink water. But you must, because otherwise you will die. Hmm. Technically, not drinking water for 10 hours will damage you. And after some days, you'll die. I'm sorry. So, you got to drink water, right? Hmm. Or, for example, you're in a middle of a fucking war and it is so big and everywhere is attacking themselves, or like you're in middle of something and you're in middle of being dead by only one shot. GG. One shot and you're down. This is simple. So, what would you do? Hmm. You actually must get guns. This is how they manage you. Well, if you still don't believe they manage you, if any of those didn't make any sense to you, still, I will hope and try to delete that thought from your brain and give the correct ones to you. Well, how do I assume that it is correct? Well, this is simple. Fact 1, or maybe 20, I don't know. But we say it fact 1. If they want to hide something from you, this is something that you shouldn't see. Huh. Yeah, that is simple. But what shouldn't you see is either can be damageful to your body, not usually happens to be honest, or is either can be damageful for them, the ones managers. So this is pretty simple right now. By time you'll believe me, by time I will make a video about religions, and if you keep following this series, you'll eventually believe me, and after I believe you actually believe me, I will make a religion about your beliefs. So, well, I make a video about your beliefs. Yeah, that's correct. AKA religions. Speaking of actually religions, do you ever have searched about the books that actually tell you the truth and evidences that any religion doesn't exist? Well, you didn't. But if you search for them, also don't use Google for that. Use DuckDuckGo for that because Google says it protects you from the data that is harmful for you. So if they want to hide something, this is something bad for their benefits, or maybe harmful for you. For example, deep web, right? They want to hide those kind of subjects because they are actually harmful for you. Actually, they are. Can't complain about that. In this video, I have told about a lot of things which are actually like hidden from you. But in this series, we'll be well, I'll be telling you to uh, not be aware of the things happening around you, not to be blind, not to turn into a blind eye. Even though you are technically blind, you can see things. Do you know how blinds work like? You maybe don't, but if a blind was going to give up and tell I can't do anything, he will probably go in like die in a car accident. But they didn't accept it. Instead of accepting it, they have just found ways to actually see things, feel things, and they have found that is actually the easy way to see things, but isn't the only way to see things. So, you shouldn't turn a blind eye. You should aware of everything happening around you. Well, you'll say, well, what the heck will I do if I know every shit around me? Well, it will affect your life, believe me. Hmm. Well, will not affect your life in just time, in a short time, you know. But after some time, you'll think even more. You'll think more and more. And now, here we go. You have talked a lot and enough to transfer those thoughts to your own life, and now you start to see the benefits of that, of those. Believe me, it will happen. It happened for me, it will happen for you. But of course, 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes aren't enough to do that, of course. Like, we'll be making, I will be making, and we'll be learning a lot of other things. Well, same as you, I will be learning about a lot of other things, and I'll be telling you about them. But till then, please expect for the second episode of the video. For now, it was only the reveal of this series, and it was only some basic information about those. Still, till I make the second episode, don't know when, but not too late. I won't give up on this, believe me. So, till I make the second episode, please try to remove the words capitalism and communism from your mind. Try to know nothing about them. This will help a lot for you. Then you will start to rebuild them. But till then, goodbye, I will say, or maybe good being ever, people. Bye.